Hello, 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 and welcome everyone to the LaKeisha J. Richards Show, where everyone is invited to come and hang out with your girl, wherever you may be tuning in on tonight. I want to welcome you. I am so grateful to have you with us on tonight. I am your host, Prophetess LaKeisha J. Richards. And it is an honor every week that you take out of your busy schedules to come and hang out with me. I don't take it for granted. I pray that everybody's had a great day. I pray that you've had a great week. And I know you are excited because I got some phone calls today saying, listen, I can't wait for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guess what? I can't wait either. Every Thursday, we are here, and I am bringing some special guests, some friends of mine to come and hang out with me so that you can be educated, you can be empowered, and you can be equipped for greatness. God is doing some amazing things, and He has each and every one of us in mind. I am so excited. I want you to call a neighbor and call a friend. And again, let them know that we are live and in living color. This is the LaKeisha J. Richards Show on tonight, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know I say it every week, that I thank you. I thank you so much for just your love and your support. And for those of you that, just say you want to be a blessing, you send a cash app or you send an encouraging word, and email, a phone call, whatever it is, I don't take it for granted, because as I tell my children all the time, you know what? People don't have to be nice. We should, but they don't have to be nice. And when someone takes the time to do something nice for you, we should really be appreciative, because I'm telling you, we are living in the world now where people are just mean and hateful. Okay. But I ain't even gonna get on that. That's a whole nother show. But I want you to know that I bless God for each and every one of you. And thank you so much for your continued support and letting me know that this show is being a blessing to you. And always, I want to take a moment and just thank the owners of the Zenith TV network, none other than Dr. Alton and Dr. Nakay Natson. Woo! I am so grateful for these two powerhouses. I'm telling you, they are awesome men and women of God doing some amazing things in the kingdom. If you are interested in having your own radio show or your own TV show, reach out to me and I'll be glad to give you the information so that you can connect with them as well. So on tonight, without further ado, I want to make sure that we get into this interview, because y'all know just a few weeks ago, she came and like there was just, I don't know what was going on. We was having a little warfare over here. Y'all could hear us. I think she could hear me. I couldn't hear her. But nevertheless, to God be all the glory. She is here. I can hear her. She can hear me. And we are just going to have an amazing time on tonight. I met this beautiful woman of God a few years ago at a conference that we both were speaking at, and we connected, and we have been connected ever since. Those of you may even realize that she was in my magazine, my banner on last year. So she is shaking and moving and doing some amazing things in the kingdom. Without further ado, on tonight, I want to bring my sister, the lovely, the beautiful Miss Terra Odom. Welcome, sis.
Hello. How are
How
you?
are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you for
Awesome,
having me.
awesome. Yes, you are welcome. You are welcome. I'm just so thankful that things were able to work out, that you were able to get back because you are a busy lady as well. And thank you so much for your yes. You just don't know how much that means to me. But before we move on, because I really want to make sure that we have time to just really kind of delve into some things on tonight, I want you to tell me who um, Terra Odom is.
Well, first and foremost, I am a happily married wife
Oh,
to my husband, Elijah Odom. And so we've been married for 14 years as of February.
okay.
And I'm a proud mother of two children. I have a son and a daughter. I'm a worship leader. A recording artist. My husband and I recorded our first worship single this past August. So we are excited. It's coming up to be a year. The song is called Atmosphere. And so I'm a playwright, a three-time award-winning, best-selling author. I've written books. I've been a co-author in several books. I'm a businesswoman, an international speaker. I own two organizations or two companies rather, the Manifold Innovations Corporation and Writers Unblock Academy. So I'm excited about all of everything that God. I'm a minister um, of of God, not speaking necessarily. People call me a preacher, but I'm not a preacher, just a speaker. But I love God. I love people. I love my family. And I'm just excited to be here with you, my friend.
Yes, yes, yes. To God be all the glory for the amazing things that you are doing. I just bless God because you are definitely doing some powerful things in the kingdom, and I'm so excited about it. I really want to go ahead and kind of dive into your book. We didn't get a chance to talk about that the
Okay.
last time. Can you all see this? This beautiful book is a journal, 30-day devotional journal, talking about finding your voice inside of the noise.
Mhm.
She has some amazing topics in here. And if you don't have it, you definitely want to connect with her, especially for those of you who may be struggling, trying to find your voice. This is a wonderful journey, excuse me, a wonderful journal, excuse me, devotional journal. I think that would be helpful to you in finding your voice. So, sis, talk to us and tell us how was your journey in finding your voice? Talk to us about that.
Well, first and foremost, I was a very outspoken child. Most people wouldn't believe I was outspoken, but I was shy. So that was kind of like my defense mechanism. And so I was very honest. I still am very honest, but I didn't have tact. So I just, if you asked a question, I just told it like like it came to me. And so for that, I was in trouble. I got in trouble a lot of times. I'm a PK. So, being in church, a lot of people would hold us to a certain standard. And, they would talk to me, like they wanted to. And I would just say, well, is it right for an adult to do the same? And, I was like that child. And so my mom and dad spent many, many years trying to help me find the correct voice. I do appreciate something about them, though. They never tried to take away that boldness that I had. My dad would always say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and you just have to learn how to say it in a better way. And so that helped me. And so when I wrote the book, Finding Your Voice Inside of the Noise, my initial plan was to write a book to all the haters, to everyone who who didn't appreciate my voice, who I felt like I was misunderstood. I felt like I had stuff to say and I couldn't say it. So now I have my own pen. This is my book. I can say it like I want to. And so I wrote an entire book about stories, and I went into details about, various stories. And I was getting ready to send it to the editor, and Holy Spirit checked me. And, and it was like, who is this going to help? And I was writing the book because I was getting ready to speak at an international conference. And I was the only one who didn't have a doctorate's degree or who hadn't been in ministry for over 20 years. And so I felt like aside these women who have all of this, all of these qualifications, what makes me qualified? And so I was like, well, at least I could write a book. So then I could say I'm an author, So I had about 2 weeks to write the book and get it published and edited and all of that. And so I just spent time. My husband was very instrumental in that moment to allow me the time to just spend time before God and to write. Though what God gave me, and I shared some of those stories. And my goal and my hope is that when people read those stories, that it will help them to reflect on situations in their lives and let them know that, hey, you're not alone. Sometimes, when you have a voice and when you have a purpose, and that's what, when I say finding your voice inside of the noise, it's finding your purpose within the mass of people who are telling you or who are coming, and even yourself sometimes, to tell you what it is that you can or cannot do. Again, as a PK, I had many people who would tell me, you're going to be a preacher, because my dad was a preacher, or it was these expectations that people would put up on you, and not necessarily the direction in which God was leading me. And sometimes that caused me to struggle. And so, what I want to do is to help people to recognize this journey is about me and the unique call that God has on my life. And he's given me a unique personality. He's given me unique skills and abilities. And I just need to be able to learn how to use those in the way that he can be glorified. And so that's really the purpose behind the book, is to develop a deeper relationship with God so that you can know what it is that he has for you to do.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm telling you, especially in times like this, we all need to be able to get in the face of God
Mhm.
and learn and know for sure. Like the old people say, know that you know, that you
Yes.
know, that you know.
Yes. Yes.
What your purpose is, because I love how, I think it was in chapter 6, you were talking about, you said, yet one of the biggest obstacles we will ever face is the battle of our mind, our own mind.
Mhm.
And there is a battle that goes on in
Mhm.
our mind.
Mhm.
And you mentioned, you said the challenges we face on a daily basis can cause us both internal and external conflict. While others' opinions can influence us, it is not until we accept these opinions that they can stop us. That is so true.
Mhm.
Because, when we don't know who we are, and we don't know what our purpose is, it's so easy to, accept what the world is saying. But no, the
Exactly.
devil is a liar, because you may be saying this, but God may have greater for me. But that's
Yes.
why it's so important for us to come away with him and don't get surrounded and engulfed with the noise. We got
Mhm.
to shut that noise down so that we can hear clearly what God is saying concerning our purpose. And I like how you also talked about Moses, because of Moses' weakness, he
Mhm.
felt like he was disqualified.
Right. Right.
We all have weaknesses. None
Mhm.
of us have arrived. And, even with me, God has allowed me to be able to accomplish so many different things. But sometimes, again, going back to the battle in the mind,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
they said, if you study long, you study wrong. And
Yes.
you can just talk yourself out of something that God has told you to do, and
Yes.
you're qualified. And social media is so
Mhm.
it's
Yes.
so good for that. I'm
Yes.
telling you, there's so many people I see, I believe with all my heart, that they are really not operating in their purpose. They're so busy, trying to be somebody else
Right.
instead of being themselves. And they don't realize that God has a greater purpose for them many times than what they're actually chasing.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm great. To God be all the glory, only by his grace. But you may be
Yes.
greater. You may do greater things than me. But I still have to learn how to stay in my lane and be comfortable in the skin that I'm in. So I
Yes.
want you to talk about that because I think that's so important as well. Even as you talk about PKs, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
PK as well. And you know what they say about PKs, but it's a lie. Okay.
Yes. 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 It is. It
It's
is.
a lie. It's a lie. God is still using PKs. Okay, somebody, He's
Yes.
still
Yes.
using PKs.
Yes.
Watch out for the PKs because I believe that God is going to do something in this end time with
Mm-hmm.
PKs. So I want
Mm-hmm.
you to speak on that about being, how sometimes even as PKs, we hear so many times because I know that was for me, but I knew that I was going to minister. I didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
accept it. I ran from it, didn't want
Yes.
no parts of it at all. Even now, to be honest with you, I be trying to run. I'll be like, you want me to do what? What
Right.
really? So I really be that problem child sometimes. But everybody that know me, they know I always say I'm his favorite. I believe that with all my heart. I'm his
Yes.
favorite daughter. I'm the one that's a little hard headed every now and then. But I thank God that He understands me. One thing that I do not want to do ever, I don't want to cause anybody to stumble.
Right.
The word of God said, follow me as I follow Christ. I tell everybody, even including my children and my family, follow me as I'm following Christ. When you see
Right.
me going to the left and I ain't supposed to be going to the left, then baby, you better stop and pray for me and stop following me because I
Right.
want to be right before God. I don't want to mislead anybody. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I think as well it's so important that you find your purpose so
Yes.
that you're not operating and wasting time in something that God never called you to. And then you wonder why it's such a struggle. It's because that wasn't your assignment.
Right. Right. That's so true. You know, pretty much all my life, I've been a helper. I've been helping other people, and I love to see other people win. I love to see their visions come to pass. I have assisted them in building their dreams and businesses and the vision that God had given them. And sometimes I would do it. Wouldn't get a pat on the back because I wasn't doing it for the pats on the back. I was okay with playing the background role. Um, Even there were times where people took the credit, for what I did, and sometimes there were those who tried to discredit me. But I was okay because I felt in those moments that I was fulfilling purpose. However, I realized a few years ago that there was more on the inside of me, and I was actually hiding behind the curtain of assisting other people. And I was hiding behind the curtains of assisting other people in their visions, their dreams. And I decided that I was going to trust God. And I believe that's one of the things when you're looking for your purpose, when you're struggling with knowing what it is that you're to do. Is really putting your trust and your confidence in God. And I was working with some awesome ladies who are now some of my great friends. And we have a group, and I came up with the acronym LEAP. Is leaving excuses and activating purpose. And so I left every excuse that I had, not feeling like I was good enough, not feeling like I had a large enough audience, the self doubt, even having a lack of self confidence, and honestly, lacking the right type of confidence in God, because I know that greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. And even though I knew the scripture, that had not, my mindset had not been changed to realize that. And all those negative thoughts that we sometimes have about ourselves, it really just came bombarding down upon me. And I decided, I was like, hey, God, I'm going to trust you, flaws and all. I'm just going to step out on faith. And I believe that what he placed on the inside of me was so much more. And I began to pour out and step out. And as I would pour out and yield to his plan for my life, the more I saw that he would reveal to me that there was still more for me to do. Sometimes when you're pursuing purpose, you may be a little afraid and you may be a little shaky sometimes, but there's something about purpose. When you are pursuing purpose, purpose has a way of propelling you past your problems. It has a way of propelling you past your pain. It has a way of propelling you past people, and most importantly, purpose has a way of propelling you to the promise. And if you keep your eyes on the promise that God has given you, yes, there's a process to get to the promise. And sometimes there are going to be distractions. There are going to be people who are, there are going to be those naysayers. And sometimes we are the naysayers to ourselves. But if you keep your eyes on the purpose that in which you have been called, then you can encourage yourself. That's how I have been able to find myself being able to be encouraged even when things didn't go right. And so to those who are looking for that purpose, are looking for how do I know my purpose, begin to do what you're good at. I mean, just what are you passionate about? That may not necessarily be your ultimate purpose, but it can lead you to your purpose. And so, as far as like writing my book, that is not my ultimate purpose, but I do believe that writing a book is a vehicle that helps get us to the place of our purpose. And so it's other things that we pursue that may not be our ultimate purpose, but it will lead us to our purpose.
Oh, that's awesome. I absolutely love that. Like you said, and I think I had my post this morning was something similar to that. Sometimes we can allow worry and all kind of things to talk us right out of our promise.
Mm,
You know, we have to be careful and we got to stay focused on the promise that
mm,
God has given unto us. I am loving this. I want you all to share. I want you to like. We're going to take a moment and go to a commercial. On tonight, I want to remind everybody about the Love Quest. Don't give up on Love Conference. It will be on Zoom. So you don't even have to worry about paying for a hotel. You don't have to worry about gas. As high as gas is now, they say it's coming down. I don't know. I think they lying a little bit. But anyway, you don't have to worry about, purchasing an airline ticket. We are coming to you right from the comfort of your own home. And so this is myself, Apostle Dr. Stephen Davis, Apostle Valerie Davis, husband and wife team, yours truly, Apostle Deborah Allen, and her husband, Apostle Glenn Allen, another husband and wife team. The registration is only $35. Listen, if you said you want to be a part of this and you don't have the $35, I want you to reach out to me on Facebook. Okay, we may be able to do a little something. I can't guarantee, but we may be able to do a little something. Okay, we spend $35 just by going to the grocery store. This is an investment into yourselves. Sometimes we're trying to figure out where we're going wrong in relationships. This conference you don't want to miss. Also, I'm sorry, this is going to be July the 22nd through the 23rd. That's next Friday and Saturday. So go ahead and purchase your tickets on tonight. Also, I'm looking for authors. If you're waiting, dating, single, or married, you want to participate in this amazing book anthology. Don't give up on love. It is time for you to share your story with the world. She just talked about sharing her story. So we want to get your story out there so people can hear who you are, what you're doing, what God is doing for you, and how you've been able to hold on in the midst of so much that's going on in the nation. There's so many people that's giving up on love. But I decree and I declare it's not going to happen on my watch. Okay. God has given me this ministry and I am so excited about this assignment. You also want to join us on next Thursday for my very special guest, none other than Mr. Keith Tucker. He will be here with us on next week. So I want you to let the people know how they can connect with you. Let us know if you have any events going on, any products. Just take some time and talk to us about that.
Okay, well, I do have a few things that I'm working on. I am going to be launching Writers Unblocked podcast within the next couple of months, and I'm working on the pre-launch right now. I do have a webinar that's coming up at the end of this month on Tuesday, July the 26th at 7 p.m. It's called Unmuted, The Power Behind Your Story. And so I'm excited about that. And I do have Writers Unblock Academy. I launched the academy in May, and we are in our first term. And I'm so excited about the students who are a part of Writers Unblock. In 90 days, they will have produced a book. But not only that, we are unlocking vision, we're unlocking purpose. And it is so amazing to see the students from when they have initially come in. They thought they were just coming in to write a book, and now we have those who have businesses that have been birthed. And so definitely, if you want to be a part of that school, our next term will be coming up in September. But you can go to writersunblockacademy.com, and you can definitely connect with us. Go to contact us if you would like to be added onto our Writers Unblock community. You can go to bit.ly WUAWTME. That's bit.ly/WUAWTME, and you can be added to our Writers Unblock community, and you will also receive an awesome ebook, Writing Made Easy. And so I'm just so excited. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and I am very personable, so I do try to reach out to everyone who comments. And I believe that you can't take it for granted, the gifts and the talents that God has given us. And sometimes we can get caught up in being grand. And so I try to be very transparent, try to be very honest. Sometimes I get too busy and I let them know, hey, listen, I'm sorry. But definitely connect with me. You can go to www.tmicorp.org. That is my parent organization, and so you can find out everything about me as far as Writers Unblocked, the speaking, and all of that. So I gave a lot of information, but I'm out there, so there's many ways that you can contact me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been absolutely amazing. I want you to just take the next minute to just encourage the ones that may be watching now and those that may come back and look at the replay. For those who are still trying to find their voice or they may feel muted, what type of encouragement would you give them?
Well, I remember reading an article by Ed Chin, and he said that a story is like a seed. It carries a power which is mysterious and potent and continuing. And when it falls into the ground of the human mind, it takes on its own life. And I just want to encourage everyone that no matter what you've been through, you may feel like my life is not big enough, it's not great enough, it's not grand enough, and you may feel like, what do I have to offer? But I want to let you know that there's power in your story, there's a message behind your story, and there is someone who needs you to tell your story. And not only tell your story, but find out the purpose within your story, so that you can find out the purpose in which you've been called, and so that you can increase your impact and your influence on those around you. And just encourage you that no matter what's going on, remember that purpose will propel you to your promise.
I love that. Purpose will propel you to your promise. Somebody need to put that in the chat. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, sis, for coming and sharing and being a part of the show on tonight. Again, you all want to share this out. For those of you who are watching live, for those of you that may come back and watch the replay, if you want to share your story, reach out to her. If you feel like, God put something in you and you have that writer's block, reach out to her. She is on social media. If you want to be a part of the LaKeisha J. Richards Show, you want to be featured, I want you to reach out to your girl, or you can email me at the LaKeisha J. Richards Show at Gmail. I am so excited. Until next time, we love y'all.
Thank you.
Got the sauce, boy.